Hello, everyone. I'm gonna wait one moment for Ashi to tell me when to start. Waiting just a little bit so you guys join. But we are ready to rock and roll with this special edition, condensed special edition of the Fear Hacking Method online workshop. It's gonna be an honor to share with you. Cool. So first, Asi is now in the audience as well. We are gonna start. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First, how many of you, no matter if you're watching this live right now or if you are watching this in the recording version right now, how many of you would like to conquer all of your fears so you can truly live your purpose, so you can truly live the life of freedom and power that you want? I love you to please comment me or yes if that's the case. So we are really interacting, so we are really engaging like in a real workshop, because it is a real workshop even if it's here online. I'm gonna wait for you to say yes or say me or say no, if that's the answer. I want your honest answer. So I wait for your answer. I wait a little bit more so you all answer. I repeat the question, how many of you would love to conquer all of your fears so you can actually live the life that you truly want? So you know that nothing can stop you and you can really live the life that you deserve and that you want. And I'm gonna again wait until all of you answer in the box, in the comment box. Or maybe no one can listen to me, then please put in the comment box, I'm not listening. I'm definitely not seeing the comments. And I'm not gonna continue until there is comments. Please, someone in my team, someone in 1 Minute Motivation team, someone in my team. Waiting here, no problem. We're about to start. As Asi most likely mentioned, we are gonna have 15 minutes of workshop starting or continuing really soon as I see the answers coming. And then 15 minutes, I think Lotto can't see the comments. No, I can see this comment now. That comment, I saw it. Cool. So can you answer that question? Say yes or say me if you would love to conquer your fears so you can conquer your purpose and the life of your dreams and have the impact that you truly came to have in this world. If that's the case, say me in the comments, please. Okay, we are getting the comments. Why I see only some of the comments? I don't know why. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna continue and I'm gonna assume you guys are answering. Thank you for dealing or bearing with these technology challenges. There we go. That's the first question. How many of you would like to conquer all of your fear? The second question is, how many of you would like to know that it can be actually simple, and that it can be something that it's guaranteed that you are gonna conquer within the next 3 to 6 months. And yes, I say next 3 to 6 months, and I tell you in a moment why. How many of you would like to be completely sure that it is completely up to you to conquer all of your fears for the rest of your life? And I'm gonna be assuming that you are answering yes. So I'm gonna tell you, not right now, in a moment, why it's 3 to 6 months, and how the science, the research and science around habit proves that it takes 3 to 6 months. Actually, more precisely, from 18 to 254 days, but most likely 254 days. We'll see why in a moment. So first, thank you for being here. Thank you, 1 Minute Motivation, for holding this event. Thank you, every one of you, for being here, giving both me and 1 Minute Motivation to give value, to live our purpose, and give as much value to as we can to people like you, to leaders, to people who are doing their best to make a difference in this world, to have a positive footprint or impact in this world. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your undivided attention for these 15 minutes of content and then 15 minutes of Q&A. But at least these 15 minutes of content, and after those 15 minutes is when we are going to release those 697 euros precisely, which today is around 762 USD worth of gifts for every one of you if you choose to. And again, thank you for being here. And our commitment, both for 1 Minute Motivation and myself, is to make sure we give you as much as possible. So send us all the best energy so we can deliver as much as possible in the next 15 minutes. And if you stay 15 more minutes for Q&A, take your questions, take your notes. Let's rock and roll. So what are we going to cover really in these 15 to 30 minutes? First, I'm Loto Vázquez. I am the author, as he told me. I'm getting a little bit lost here because I didn't saw the introduction. Again, bear with me with this technology challenge. But what it's bringing me to give you this is that I have discovered how to, as they say today, how to crack the code, or how to conquer something so fundamental as it is fear. Why so fundamental? Because if you conquer fear, you become really unstoppable. Thank you for the comments. I'm finally seeing them in the chat box. Thank you very much. Keep commenting, keep interacting with this workshop so it's as valuable as possible. We are going to cover exactly how fear is possible to be conquered, and it's actually pretty simple, but the key is you need to understand what fear really is, and you need to understand what is the precise mechanism so you can go from fear to actually power and even bliss. We are gonna see exactly how is that possible. We are gonna also release those 697 euros worth of gifts so you can go as deep as you want in this process of the fear hacking method on us. So you are not confined only to these 15 minutes and then you are like, how do I keep digging deeper into this amazing content? And also we are gonna have a space of Q&A so you can really personalize this as much as you want. But even the 15 minutes, in these first 15 minutes, you are gonna see that there is an exercise that is gonna be interactive, that you are gonna work on your own fears, and you are gonna see how you can actually handle them. And by learning to handle one, you are gonna learn how to handle all of them. We are gonna see here an exclusive content that normally I don't share neither in those other gifts valued at 697 euros, but it's gonna be released here, especially for the 1 Minute Motivation crowd. I'm gonna get a little bit more present. I am a little bit overexcited. Again, thank you for bearing with me being a human. I am. This is not recorded, this is live. I've been doing this for 2 decades, for over 15 years professionally, and still I get nervous because I love it so much, because it matters so much to me. Maybe you can relate to this, to sometimes when something is so important to you that you want to do it so well that you screw it more than often. So getting back to presence, before I do go directly into the content, that powerful content so you can handle any fear, I like to share with you a little bit of my story, my personal story, and why this is so important for me. But not only that, more important for you, why maybe I'm so qualified to deliver this to you. So first, because of the story that I'm gonna tell you, I decided to study philosophy. I'm a bachelor in philosophy, a master's degree. Sorry, a master's degree in philosophy. I think in Spanish, so I'm kind of translating. Um, uh, a master's degree in philosophy instead of business. Then I studied holistic therapies. The master's degree in philosophy was in Barcelona and in Santiago de Compostela in Spain, for those of you who have been in my country of origin. Then I studied holistic therapies in Argentina. I studied also meditation in Germany and in Mexico. I actually became a monk of meditation. Yes, not here, not in India, not in the East, not in this area of the world where I'm living at the moment, but actually in America. I became a monk of meditation. I practiced and taught meditation to some thousands of people around the globe, especially in Europe and in America, for over a decade. Then I also trained myself as a coach. I've been coached and trained with T. Harv Eker and Tony Robbins and some of the most amazing and most well-known coaches and mentors and trainers out there. And this that I'm gonna share with you is the distillation of this journey that I've been living for 20 years. Now, and really briefly, before we go into the content, why I'm so obsessed with this. This story started when I was 3 years old. Yes, 3 years old. Imagine me for a moment, really, really small, and running naked in the south of Spain. Why running naked? I grew up in a hippie community. I was born in the 1983, and by that time the hippies was a movement in Spain. And my parents were so I was living in this beautiful environment in the countryside, super happy, super cheerful. Everything was great. I was just meant to play and be happy, and the adults around me expected that from me. Maybe you can relate if you remember when you were that little kid, or maybe you can relate because you've seen a little kid lately. Maybe not in your home if you don't have little kids. I know Asi does. He has at least one beautiful um, girl that I've seen around him. But if not, you've seen them in television lately, and if not, 1 month ago before the lockdown with the coronavirus, you've seen many kids. You can relate to this. Now, from that time at 3 years old, 10 times forward, I'm 13, and maybe you can relate to this, or you know some teenagers that you think they are going through something similar. I crashed into my first human being crisis. What do I mean with this? I mean that for the first time, and I'm still getting emotional about it, for the first time in my life, I realized I had no models to follow. Really, no adult around me was an embodiment of happiness. No one around me was an embodiment of freedom. No one around me was an embodiment of truly 100% glad living their purpose and having an impact day after day after day in their lives, being a blessing for everyone else. Yes, I had inspiring people, but sometimes inspiring, sometimes uninspiring. So I realized they were expecting me to become one of them. And maybe you can relate to that. And that was terrifying. So I started to do the opposite of what they expected from me. I started to try to break the rules, to try to, I didn't try, I became rude with my parents, rude with professors. I became taking bad grades. I became taking drugs and even selling drugs. My entrepreneurial side was coming through me at that time already in that matter. Now, did that help? Well, depending, to be honest. It was a disaster. it became more painful and more painful and more painful, not only for me, also for my mom and everyone around me. But in a way, it did serve. It showed me which wasn't the way, and it showed my mom as well which wasn't the way. So we are almost at the end of the story. So keep up, being really alert, and see if you can relate to this, because this is the key to conquer anything. Is to be fed up. Is to be fed up. Thank you, Christina, for showing up. So nice to see you around. To be fed up with what you don't want anymore, so you are eager and ready and ripe to go truly for what you want. And that's what happened to me. My mom didn't know how to handle me anymore, so she sent me 13,000 kilometers away. Yes, 13,000 kilometers away, as far as she could. Not really. My father was living in Argentina, in a holistic therapist community, in a personal growth community. So by that time, it was pretty weird. It was 1999. And by the way, you maybe remember that year because it was when The Matrix was released in the cinemas, in the movies. Now, what has The Matrix to do with this that we are sharing today? Actually, more than you may think. Why? Because the way I see it, you are about to be offered, you are being offered right now, or you are in the introduction to being offered the golden pill. Yes, I didn't say the green or the red or the blue pill. I said the golden pill. Why the golden one? Like this lamp? Because it's not gonna be a pill to go back to sleeping. And I know if you are here, you are not sleeping. You are already questioning yourself, to say the least, or you are leading massively, most likely, because this is content for leaders who are eager to go even for more. Now, why is neither the green pill, the one that awakens you to reality in the Matrix? Because it's not about awakening to a reality that is dark, where the sun is gone and destroyed, like in the Matrix. No, this is about awakening to a golden reality, to awaken. Maybe if you've seen the movie Limitless, to awaken more to that type of reality where you function high performing, where you function in flow state. That is what you access when you hack your fears. And that's what this workshop is about. Hacking your fears so you can conquer your purpose, so you can conquer the life of your dreams and have the impact that you truly came to have in this world. In less than 2 weeks, I had, for the first time in my life, in that holistic therapy community in Argentina, where in positive psychology is called peak experience. Now we are really, really getting to the end. In those 2 seconds, yes, only 2 seconds that experience lasted, 4 things happened in my brain. I took the golden pill like you are about to take. First, I realized that was normal when I was a little kid, when I was 3 years old, and I was just happy, playing, running around, learning, speed at highest speed, and giving the best of me to the world, all that passion, all that enthusiasm, all that growth continuously. Second, that nothing has changed in the outside in the last 5 minutes, only had changed inside of me, in my mind and in my chest. Why in my chest? Because I was experiencing this marvelous well-being. But 5 minutes before, that wasn't there. So nothing has changed in the outside, everything has changed in the outside, in the inside. So maybe that was the third realization. Maybe it was possible to make it normal, even if nothing changed outside. And I was gonna do everything that I could to make it normal in my life. And fourth, and that's why we are here right now, or at least partially, that's my why. Something in my brain decided I will do everything that I could, if I found a way, to share it with as many people as possible. Now that was 20 years and a half ago, July 1999. And since then, every single day of my life, I've been working, exploring, investigating, researching how to make this experience as accessible, as inevitably accessible to anyone who is interested enough. And now I found the why. I found the how. I researched everything that came my way in books, in seminars for 6 years. When I was tired of seeking, then I found a practice of meditation that allowed me to experience inner well-being with simplicity, with ease, almost in any moment. Why I say almost, and this is the key and why we are here and why we are talking about fear and not about well-being, although we are talking about both. It's because I experienced that, I loved it, I became a monk, I started sharing with everyone. It was amazing, but there was those moments where I wasn't able to access that well-being. And it was when I was afraid, my friend. When I was afraid, not even the most effective technique that I have found ever to access to inner peace worked for me. Why? Because I wasn't choosing anymore. It wasn't my decision anymore what was driving my action. Can you relate to this? When you are afraid, when I am afraid, I know I'm not choosing my actions. I am reacting. And when I am reacting, I'm not in control of my life anymore. I don't have the reins of my life anymore. I am not moving towards what is really important, what really matters to me. Now I am just reacting and I am actually screwing my life. And maybe you know someone who is doing that more often than you would like them to do. Maybe someone really close to you. Maybe if you get really honest, maybe it's even yourself, at least sometimes. And my news is that I found a way when I was really, really tired of that happening. I say, okay, I'm either gonna die uncomfortable facing my fear, or I'm gonna find a way and I'm gonna hack fear. And that happened over a year ago, by the end of 2019. 2018, by December 2018. And since then, I've been just refining this fear hacking method, what has become the fear hacking method, so anyone can apply it in no time and get access to it. Now, with you, I'm going to share something really simple today. I'm going to share exactly what is the number one key to hack or conquer any fear anytime. I'm going to share with you what is really fear and how to go from fear to well-being, from contracted to expanded. And I just gave you the key from I can't to I can do anything I want. And also then we are going to Q&A, but also I'm going to give you access to this up to 697 euros worth of value, so you can dig deeper with me as much as you want. But I don't want you to follow my voice. I don't want you to react to anything, not even to my voice, to my advice, to anyone. Don't follow any voice. Don't react to any voice, not even to the voice in your head. Only follow your gut. Only then you are free. Only then you are a leader, when you are following no one but yourself. That doesn't mean you don't listen. Be open-minded. Be as receptive as you can, but follow only your gut. Only this is not even a voice in your head, not even a voice saying what is right. No, it's an impulse to take action, an impulse that tells you what's right, what feels right now. Are you with me? You know what I'm talking about, right? If it's the case, say yes. And say yes in the comments below. I haven't asked you to say yes in the last few minutes. Say yes in the comments below. I'm not gonna literally wait, because it seems like the system is having some mistakes. So I'm gonna trust you are answering in the box. Do it so you are fully engaged, so that you are really taking as much as you can take out of this condensed version, a special version for 1 minute motivation of the fear hacking workshop. Now, let's go into it. In a few minutes, we share those links so you can access those gifts valued at 697. But now let's go into how to hack any fear. Super simple. The only way to hack your fears, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and you maybe are like, okay, of course, but how do I do that? We are going to see that as well, okay? The first thing is face your fear. You remember the story. I discovered this because I was so tired, so enough is enough with running away from my fear and suffering, even being a monk of meditation and being a semi-guru for hundreds and hundreds of people of how to live a fulfilling life and a free of the mind life, that I was like, enough. I cannot live with this inner contradiction anymore. Either I'm going to be uncomfortable for the rest of my life, or I'm going to hug my fears, but I'm going to face them one way or another. And because I faced them, because I was like, I burned my boats, I'm going to stay with this. I'm going to face you. And either you are going to melt in front of me, you're going to give up, and you are going to acknowledge that I am the boss. I am the leader. I don't react to you. Or I'm going to stay here anyway, even if it's uncomfortable for the rest of my life. When I decided that way, that's when I won. When I was in absolute determination. Now, was that easy? No, it was freaking tough. It is tough to face fears. But it's tough because it's uncomfortable. So the whole fear hacking method, it's a way to hack that discomfort as efficiently and as rapidly as possible, so you can realize as quickly as possible that it's up to you, that you are the boss, that you are the leader, that you don't need to react anymore. And for that, I'm going to give you what I don't give in the rest of the gifts, where you can explore the whole fear hacking method. But it's another one of the super keys of this, is to understand that fear, are you with me? Here is the second mega keys. That fear, it's only energy. It's only your relationship with a level of energy that you believe you cannot handle. That is fear. Fear is connected to the idea, I can't. I cannot handle this. This is bigger than me. And nothing is bigger than you. You are unstoppable. You are unstoppable consciousness. You are an unstoppable leader. You are a human being. And human beings were born to thrive. Every human being is a genius. Every human being, I believe, is an Einstein, a Tony Robbins, a Gandhi, a Nelson Mandela. It's a superhero, a real superhero. You are a superhero if you decide to follow your gut now and forever. Now, you need to upgrade your ability to handle intense levels of energy. But the key is that fear, any negative emotion really, not only fear, every doubt, negative emotion, and even limiting beliefs, it's energy contracted, so much energy contracted that it's so uncomfortable. So do this with me. Contract yourself physically. This is fear, and actually kind of that's how it feels. It's like this, right? And this is power and well-being, expansion. And this is your super key. So we are almost done, and then we are going to Q&A. But here is the nitty-gritty, the most important part. Now I want you to really, really quickly write down 3 main fears that you have. And if you want to get the most out of this, you want to face them. So you are already facing them because you are in a workshop around fear. Now I want you to face them by writing them down. And if you want to take it to the next level, write them down in the comments below. Write them down in the comments. So not only you can see it, everyone can see it. And the power of sharing fears is that then we become vulnerable, we become real, we become authentic, we become free. We become free. We are not letting this mind freak decide. We are deciding from our gut, from our leadership. So if you want to take the most out of this, share those 3 fears in the comments, in the chat box. Very good. Very good. Just the first 3 fears that come to your mind. The most common are fear to failure, fear of being abandoned, fear of lacking resources, fear of dying maybe, fear of being ill, fear of that someone that you love is going to be ill or is going to die, fear that you are going to suffer. In the end, the essence is fear of suffering. Very good. Fear of not getting things done in the time and meetings deadline. Very good. Thank you very much for sharing. Fear of not being good enough. Very good, very, very good. Keep sharing as many as you want. And that way, we are creating here an environment of trust, of openness, of realness, of hiding nothing. And if you hide nothing, you are already free. Now, I want you to choose one, the one that you are most eager to conquer. Very good. And now you need to trust me for 2 or 3 minutes, okay? 5 minutes max. You need to trust me. If you don't, this is not gonna work for you. I'm sorry. I know I don't even like asking people to trust me, but here you need to trust me if you wanna try it. Because I'm gonna guide you. Fear of losing the people I love. Perfect. Thank you very much. Because thank you, Romina. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, every one of you guys. Because I'm gonna guide you through facing your fear intensely, and that is against your habit. And that's where those 3 to 6 months to conquer any fear come in. Science says that conquering any habit takes from 18 to 254 days. So if you want to conquer all of your fears, you want to build a habit of facing them instead of running away from them. And that you need to do it one day after another, after another, after another. I wish it was 18 days. I think it's more likely close to 254 days. Most of my clients, honestly, they take less than 3 months. 3 months is 90 days. So most of my clients take the average, which is 66 days, 80 days, something like this, something along those lines. But after you build that habit, you are free from fear. You are free from letting fear stop you for the rest of your life. And we are going to do that for the first time, maybe right now, in this specific way. Again, this is not the whole fear hacking method. That is what you're going to have access in those gifts that are going to be released in a couple of minutes. Now we are going to do a special technique that it gives you a really clear taste of it super quickly, super clearly. Financial fear, perfect. Thank you very much. Fear of not being loved in return, perfect. Thank you very much, guys, for keep on sharing. Now, choose one fear. Close your eyes if you trust me for these 5 minutes. And not for masochism, but for discovering how you can actually handle any fear. I want you to go into the first memory that comes to your mind where you felt that fear that you have chosen really intensely. Let a memory of one of the times that you felt that fear really, really intensely and feel it. And I want you to take the posture that you had in that moment and probably is closing your shoulders and your chest and putting your head down. And I want you to put the breathing the way you did it in that moment, probably more shallow. And I want you to think of the same thoughts that you were thinking in that moment. It's gonna go wrong. It's gonna go even more wrong. I'm gonna screw it. This is not gonna work. I'm gonna be left alone. I'm not good enough. I'm gonna screw it like I did so many times. Go into that, feel it as much as you can. If you can go and feel it, 10 out of 10 intensity. Go as intense as you can. The more intense you go, the more you face it, the stronger, the more powerful this is gonna be for you. Again, put your posture really contracted and contract your breathing as well. Make it more shallow, more superficial. And think those thoughts that you were feeling in that moment very well. If you are following this, you're doing awesome. Very good. Really contract, really feel as shitty, as fearful, as contracted as you can. Go as deep as you can. Feel as contracted, as negative, as fearful as you can. Go as full on as you can into this. And when you are ready, 3, when you are ready, I'm gonna give you a sign. 2. And then we are going to go to the other extreme, but not yet. First, I want you to write down in your mind from 0 to 10 how uncomfortable you feel right now. From 0 to 10, how negative is it, the feeling right now? From 0 to 10, how bad do you feel right now? Perfect. Write it in your mind, take a note in your mind. And now 3, 2, be really, really contracted, be there. 2, 1, go. Now expand fully, expand your posture fully. Very good. And now expand your breathing fully, your fear hacking posture, fully expanding your chest like if there was a thread connecting your chest with the sky, with heaven, with the sky. Open your chest as much as you can, expand your posture as much as you can. Now expand your breathing as much as you can with your stomach or your belly or your abs, with your chest and even with your head. Keep expanding your posture, keep expanding your breathing. And now, less than a minute after, how uncomfortable it is right now. How uncomfortable are you right now from 0 to 10? And take a note in your mind. And maybe you notice that you've diminished the discomfort in 10%. Maybe you went from 10 to 9 or 8 or 7, or maybe even to 1 or 0 or 3. Almost no one, even in less than a minute, has diminished less than 10% its discomfort, its lack of well-being. So in other words, if you reverse it, you've increased your well-being. You've got fear-free at least in 10% in less than a minute. Now, this is only the first time that we do it. I'm sure for some of you it's been at least 50% increase of well-being or decrease of discomfort. Now, think about this and answer in the comments below. Someone said fear of success. Exactly, that's a common fear for people like you and me, maybe, that we are already having a certain degree of success. And then there is fear of, what if everything changes too much? What if I cannot handle it? What if it's too different? What if people don't love me? What if there is so many fears, so many subtle fears? The more you realize you can face fear, the more you find it. But you know what? Then you turn them into fuel. You are fear fueled. You fueled yourself to live more your purpose, to have more impact, to be more of a blessing in your life, in the people you love, and in this world. So now think about this. If you practice anything consistently, does it become easier and more effective? Yes or no? If you practice anything, an instrument, a sport, driving a car, or a motorbike, if you practice anything, does it become easier and more effective with the practice, if you practice consistently? And comment below, comment in the chat. Of course. Now, if you practice fear hacking, you practice, instead of running away from your fear, running away from your suffering, you practice facing fear and learning how to hack them, learning how to go from contraction, whether it's conscious or unconscious, to expansion, to conscious expansion. And again, guys, this is not the fear hacking method. The fear hacking method is based on attention, intention, and action. For sure, it's related to the first step, attention, but then there is intention and action. And that is when it's completely mastered, is where you can hack any fear anytime, whenever you want, no matter what. So if you practice this, it's going to become easier and more effective. Yes or yes? So thank you very much. This is in a few minutes, in 15 to 20 minutes, as we said, the essence of what we wanted to share with you is that you can conquer any fear. That is basically about facing them instead of running away from them. It's about doing the opposite that you normally do. Every time you run away from them, you give them power, like Pac-Man that ran away from ghosts, and then they have power over Pac-Man. But if you run towards them, like Neo, when he runs toward the agent, then he is the master. What I'm telling you is precisely that you won't even need to dodge the bullets, to dodge the fears, that you will be able to face them and see them fall apart in front of you. And I'm not kidding, neither exaggerating. You are going to be fear-fueled. You're going to turn fear into your fuel to live your purpose, to live the life of your dreams, and to have the impact that you came here to have. You leader, I believe in you. So now, those are the links, as we promised. One second. Well, this is the name of the workshop. We are commenting below as 1 minute motivation. And here, there are the links. What are the links? And we go straight into Q&A, okay? So prepare your questions. Here are the links. For some reason, they are not showing up as links, but you can just copy and paste. Yeah, now they are showing up. So there is two things. One is the fear hacking method online workshop, a full extended version where we go through an exercise to distill or clarify what is your purpose first. Most of us kind of know, but most of us we are not fully sure if that's our purpose. Well, that's going to be solved once and for all in that online workshop that you can access now anytime you want. The second part is going to be to go deeper into realizing that you need to transform your habits. Why? Because you need to become the version of yourself that will be living the life of your dreams, the life of where you are living your purpose in every second of your life. So if you will feel 10 plus out of 10 in that life, you will feel 10 plus out of 10 if you were living your purpose. Then you need to build a habit to live, to feel 10 plus out of 10 now, and now, and now, and now. So you need to actually transform who you are today. This is related to the law of attraction. This is related to joy dispenser. This is related to true leadership. This is related to everything that most leaders are sharing out there. This is just like a distilled version, really condensed, really precise. It's simple, it's effective, it works always. So anyone with enough interest can implement it and get the results. And then it shows you it explores more what are those fears like we did now. And then it tells you how to face them more clearly. Then the other gift, the fear hacking, the VIP gift session, that one is valued at 500 euros. Some of my clients, my VIP clients, paid normally not 500 euros, they paid a little bit more than 416 euros, but that's only when they book me for at least 3 to 6 months and often for 1 year. So they get a discount on the price. So in this case for you it's completely free. And in that session I will be working one-on-one with you. And you can choose, if you want to go straight into the session with me. I don't recommend it. I think you should have the whole thing, but up to you. You can go in the order that you prefer. And in that session with me, then I'm gonna work with you. So we go through one or two of your darkest fears, and I show you that no matter how difficult it looks, we can handle it right there in that moment. And not only that, you can transform it into fuel. You can transform it into your own power, even into bliss. So you realize how exactly do it as a master, and then you can repeat that from anywhere from 18 to 254 days, most likely for 254 days, and build a habit so you can conquer this habit of turning fear into fuel for the rest of your life. Then you become unstoppable. And now that's it. Looking forward to your questions. And I'm going to stay here until we answer all of the questions. I don't know what I just done. Okay, here I am. So if you have, guys, any questions, I'm all yours. Again, here are the links to your gifts. The online workshop valued at $297 and the VIP gift valued at $500. All free for you for being a 1 minute motivation guest. I'm a guest as well. Thank you very much, Asi, for putting this together, for finding creative ways to give massive value, especially in this time where value online is especially important because it's almost the only value that we can get. And also because more people are going through more fear and there is more tension, maybe I don't know if in the streets, but in the houses. So yeah, thank you, Asi, again, and thank you every one of you for connecting. Oops, I'm just realizing I actually extended a little bit or quite a bit over the time. I really hope that was because of my commitment to give you more value. Thank you, Lotto, for the amazing program. Please ask questions from Lotto. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So, one question that is really common is that sometimes I'm experiencing fear and I am not this contracted, right? Like right now we've done it like more exaggerated, like if you see any person that is depressed, any person that is with a lot of tension, thank you very much, Liam, super appreciated your comment. Any person that is with a lot of weight on his shoulders, literally we walk like this, right? Now something that is really powerful is to notice that you are always contracted when you are afraid. You are always contracted when you are engaging with any negative emotion or any negative thinking or limiting thinking. So every time you are like not thriving, not in flow, I invite you, I challenge you to explore if you can do like this. Just to open your chest. Imagine that there is an invisible thread connecting your chest with the sky. Imagine actually that thread is tied to the trumpet of an angel, just as a metaphor, of course. And imagine even more that trumpet is Louis Armstrong's trumpet. He's an angel and he's playing passionately. The guy of the most amazing trumpetist and singer also of jazz. I see trees of green, red roses too. That guy. Imagine he's playing the trumpet, and that is pulling your chest up. Yeah, it's pulling your chest up so you really, really expand your posture, and then it's impossible to suffer. You cannot suffer and be expanded at the same time. You just can't. You need to choose between being contracted or being expanded. But if you are really, really expanded, there is no way to suffer. Thank you, Christina. Thank you very much for showing up. Christina is amazing. She's always sharing value in her channel, always sharing value in her Joy Academy. I hope she gets, if she's not yet, invited into 1 minute motivation, because she can add so much value to you guys as well, to every one of us. So yeah, every time you are contracted, that was the question, what if you are not so contracted, but you are still caught in your fear or in your negative thinking or negative emotion? You are always contracted when you are in negative emotion, always, 100% of the time. As soon as you do like this, you are already back in control to a really big degree. Now, add into that deep breathing, expanded breathing. Breathe with your abs. Breathe with your chest, and you don't need to have a six-pack to breathe with your abs, luckily. You breathe with your stomach, breathe with your chest, and breathe even with your head, like. And suddenly it's like you are receiving life instead of react to life. You are really taking in life instead of react to it. You are not rushing anymore. You are now taking in life. Now, another common question, another question that I get a lot is, how do I share this with other people? Because sometimes you are not the one that is more called. Often, this is interesting, often us who show up in this type of content is not the people who needs it the most. And we have people around us that really are really caught, are suffering much more, are really caught in their suffering, in their negative thinking, maybe in depression, maybe in a lot of complaining. And the question is, how can I transfer this to them? Well, this is going to stay here recorded in the 1 minute motivation, so you can share this with as many people as you can. Actually, it will be much appreciated. It's not only for the live part. We know it's super important, you guys who show up, but this is going to stay up. Maybe the gifts go away in 24 hours, but for 24 hours they are going to be there available for you for sure, at least for 24 hours. But then the other people, even if the gifts go away, but the content, this content is going to be still here. So please share it with as many people as you think is going to be valuable. You can share it in your own Facebook page. You can share it probably in your fan pages, you have any. Can share it in your Facebook groups, if you are in any Facebook group on things like this, whether it's depression, negative emotions, or high performance, or hacking fear, or fearless motivation, any of those. You can also take the link and share it in your WhatsApp group. You can just send it privately to that person that you think is gonna really appreciate it or that really needs it. And the other answer is that you cannot change anyone. You can only offer your support to people. But also that if you come with an expanding posture, a fear hacker posture, you are a fear hacker now. And actually, if you want, you can join the group Fear Hackers Tribe, or go to fearhackerstribe.com, and that links you to the Fear Hacker Tribe community. And there is people from around the globe who's been in a workshop, at least through the online workshop, or to the live workshop, the live version, and they are there, so you can share your fears, you can ask questions, you can keep connecting with like-minded people to keep accountable. So that if you expand your posture and you expand your breathing, you're going to react less to what other people are doing, even to the suffer of others. That doesn't mean you are going to become cold or not sensitive, but you are going to be more present, less reactive, listening more deeper. So you are going to see better how to help the other person. And you are going to recognize more clearly your gut. So you are going to be truly able to be free, to follow your gut, to be a true leader that follows him or herself, that follows that you following you. That's the first step to be a leader, right? And then from there, you can lead others. And you don't even need to brainwash them. They are going to follow you once they realize that you are walking like this, that you are really expanded. And when you are expanded in your posture and your breathing, when you are not reacting or running away from fear, you start to have power, and you start to have more effectiveness and more strength and more clarity and more performance. So you start having better results. And everyone appreciates people who can get powerful results. And that's what's going to happen to you if you apply consistently the fear hacking method. What else can you do for other people? You can invite them super soon so they can also have access to these gifts that are going to be there available for anyone within the next 24 hours at least. Then they may go away, but at least for 24 hours they are going to be kept there. If you have any more questions, I'm going to stay here for the last question. I think there is a mistake because I don't see all the comments, Cool. Thank you, Dimitris, for joining the 1 Minute Motivation community and liking the page. Thank you very much. So another question is, can really anyone do this? And I understand this question because for the longest time I thought it was kind of reserved to Tony Robbins and my meditation guru at the time, and or my spiritual teacher, or to Eckhart Tolle, or to Christ or Buddha or Allah, or Mahoma. And the truth is, everyone can do this. And I tell you why, and this is gonna click for you. In my first book, which is here, this one is in Spanish, but it's coming out in English soon. This one is called Happiness is Easy. I was obsessed with happiness. I am still obsessed with happiness. Now, what is the connection between fear and happiness? Well, once you conquer your fear, then you can be happy in any moment. Like Lao Tzu said, or Lao Tzu or Confucius. I don't remember if it was Lao Tzu or Confucius, but one of them said, only that one who can be happy in any situation can be happy all the time. And that's why conquering fear is so important, because only when you can hug your fear, you can feel fulfilled even in the worst moment, even when you are facing what you like the least. So you are able to be fulfilled and to turn fear into fuel, into power, into fulfillment, into bliss. If you can be happy facing what you like the least, then you can be happy facing anything easily, right? Exactly. So can anyone do this? Yes. Why I'm so sure? Because you were born like this. This is the model that I used all the time in my first book, and I talk about it in every one of my books. Because if you see this posture, the fear hacking posture, the expanded posture, is actually the baby posture. Is your natural posture. You were born like this. If you've seen babies, they walk like this all the time. They were like they seem like they just came out of the gym. They don't go to the gym yet, that's for sure. But they look like that. They are so open-chested. They are so expanded. That's why they are so happy almost all of the time. Not only that, they breathe so deeply as well. It's the baby breathing, the expanded breathing, the fear hacker breathing. Every baby, when you were born a fear hacker. You were born a fear hacker. What else do babies do? And this is part of what I'm gonna share with you when we see each other. If you are watching this live or within the first 24 hours and you still have time to go for the VIP gift, then I'm gonna have the privilege to work with you one-on-one, and we are gonna explore this. What is the common thread of babies? They cry almost every day. Now, do you need to cry to be a fear hacker? Maybe cry or not, but definitely you need to be able to face tension, deep fear, and release it. Why babies are so effective in releasing it? Well, because they are really expanded in their posture, expanded in their breathing, authentic, real, spontaneous. So expanded in their mind, and then all that contracted energy can move through them easily. They cry, they let it go, boom, and they are back here, super present, super powerful, cheerful, loving, and being a blessing for everyone around them. So that's what I wish for you, that you remember that you are a fear hacker, that you were born like that, and therefore you can conquer your purpose, the life of your dreams, and have the impact that you came to have in this planet, to become a blessing for yourself, the people you love, in this world. Thank you for watching this. Much love. An honor to be in front of you. And I see you soon in your online workshop, and super soon in your VIP gift. It's going to be a privilege to serve you more. Bye. See you soon. Devour your excuses. Devour your fears. turn them into fuel, and see you.